It's an area I've been working on for over 20 years. And it's been hard to make progress, but I think what's going to really change things is to have local stewardship and have you folks take a strong interest. So, okay, first of all, I do work for the Division of Marine Fisheries, and I recently transferred to our New Bedford office, and so I'm no longer the regional biologist for this area, but I still work with habitat restoration for anadromous fish. All right, first of all, something about the fish. I have a pencil here. Rainbow smelt are called anadromous, and what that means is they use the fresh water for spawning habitat, and then they hatch and go right back out to marine waters, and they mature in marine waters, then come back when they're ready to spawn again, presumably in the same place where they were born. And that includes the alewife, shad, Atlantic salmon. They're in that group of fish. In smelt, they mature fairly quickly, in a year or two. This fish is actually a 3-year-old smelt, and it doesn't show that well, but you can see that rainbow-like sheen coming across the side of the body when they get their name. And so you'll see these fish come back, and they will spawn in the springtime. They'll drop an egg in the substrate. That egg will hatch in 1 to 3 weeks, and that young larvae smelt will go right back out to marine waters, where it will live for 1 to 2 years. Here's a good-sized group of smelt in the daytime in the Fall River. The Fall River in Braintree is a main stem river nearby that has a fair amount of smelt. And the Town Brook is a relatively small tributary that has far fewer smelt than Fall River. You don't often see smelt in the daytime because they want to come up at night at high tide to spawn and go right back down again. When the run is strong, you might see them in the daytime, and we used to see lots of fish in the daytime in Town Brook going back a few years. The concern for this fish is rising. A few years ago, the National Marine Fisheries Service declared them to be a species of concern, and that's part of their Endangered Species Act process. They weren't actually listed as an endangered species, but they were declared a fish that needs a little more attention. And I really want to emphasize the fact that they have an adhesive demersal egg. It's sticky, it attaches to whatever it comes across on the bottom. And this type of adaptation came about to take advantage of clean substrate, clean water quality, and that egg needs to attach and stay there for a good long time while it's incubating, and then it'll hatch. And so if you don't have clean substrate, you're going to have poor egg survival. And that's what we're seeing throughout Mass Bay, throughout a lot of different places. Where you have urban rivers like Town Brook, that problem is apparent. When there's lots of eggs, they'll attach to each other. You get these big clumps of eggs. We haven't seen this in Town Brook in almost 20 years.